It's an absolutely beautiful day on the North Fork of Long Island, and I'm here today on April 14th at Bedell's Wells Road Vineyard. And even though spring has been very slow in coming this year, we know that it's now in full swing because we've got lots and lots of dandelions poking up through the ground. And although some people don't like dandelions, we don't mind them at all. In fact, they're very pretty in the vineyard because in a few more days they're going to be carpeting these vine rows with beautiful yellow flowers. Wells Road is very special because it's planted exclusively to red grape varieties. We have Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Cabernet Sauvignon growing here. And aside from dandelions and grapes, we have some natural ground covers that are growing underneath the vine rows right now. You can see some very interesting native mosses and other indigenous ground covers that are here growing underneath the wires. And I wanted to show you this vineyard because red grapes are pruned a little bit differently than white grapes, like the Chardonnay I showed you in the last video. This is a Merlot section I'm in now. These are 15 years old, and we use a system to prune these red grapes called a Spur prune system. And a Spur pruning system uses what we call cordons. And a cordon is nothing more than an extension of the vine trunk, as you can see here, and they are trained on either side of the wire. And when we're getting ready to prune these, we come through and the canes are pruned way back to very small 1 and 2 bud spurs, as you can see here. And they are spaced out along the cordon, about 6 to 8 inches apart. And when these vines start growing, the buds will be spaced out very nicely and have lots of light and air circulation to grow. This system works better with red grapes on the North Fork simply because the bud break is a little more even, and actually the crop is a little bit lower, and that's less that we have to thin later on during the summer. Occasionally we'll run into cordons that have damage and we have to replace them, as in this vine here. You can see this cane has been left and that cordon was replaced. It's so warm right now, this vine is dripping a little bit. Nothing to worry about. The sap that drips out of these vines when they're pruned really doesn't affect them at all. Here we have another one that has a cane that will be replacing the cordon for this year. And once these vines start growing, they'll look pretty much the same as a cane prune system. Foliage will look the same. We'll have all the fruit located right in this area right here. This is where all the grapes will be hanging. Make it easy for us to pick them and bring them to the winery. I hope that this nice weather continues because we're eagerly awaiting bud break, and as soon as that happens, or if there's anything else exciting that I can show you, I will be back. But until then, enjoy this beautiful weather, enjoy the weekend, and enjoy the wonderful world of the North Fork of Long Island.